Hey, what's going on, my friends? It's Dave Sharpe. Welcome to Wake Up Legendary. And please pause while I bring in my co-host here, Ryan Halbert. What's going on, Ryan?
What's going on, Dave? How you doing?
I am balling out of control over here, brother. It's insane the amount of moves that are being made. We are going to be talking about some email marketing today, and many of you, are going to benefit greatly from this because you're starting to generate leads online, and you need to know what to do with them. And we teach this in our education. If you're looking to figure out how to monetize your passion and make money from helping people, whether that means selling somebody else's knowledge, products, or your own, then take our challenge and learn the foundational skills of what we're talking about. This will all make sense. You can go do that at legendarymarketer.com/enroll. And we'll kind of keep that up on the screen here while we get this kicked off for any of you who are kind of coming across this. Again, legendarymarketer.com/enroll will take you to our marketing and confidence challenge. And you can take that and learn how so many people are becoming creators and monetizing their passion for helping people in 2025. So Ryan, what are the emails that we're looking at and what's unique about them?
Yeah, so just like your content, your email's got to have a hook. So there's five, or I should say four. There's five individual emails here. Two of them are from the same campaign, but I thought it was a really unique way of doing it. So in this first, I'm going to go ahead and show my screen here so everybody can see what these look like and kind of read along with us. Not that we need to read the entirety of them, but let me see, share screen here, and then I want to pick that. There we go. And then what I'll do is I'll make this even bigger. So this is just a screenshot of an email, right? And this is a little bit more of an e-com email here, but this one caught me, when I saw this, I was like, well, wait a minute, what's going on here? You have $17 in store credit. So it was just a really interesting campaign to me when I saw this, I was like, man, that's really, really clever. They're offering, a discount if you use this particular code. And they formatted it as if I got a credit to my account that's going to expire at some point in time. It expires for good on Sunday. In fact, on this particular email, this was something I got. This was a Black Friday thing, some gains in bulk company. So not this, like I said, this is a little bit more of an email example, an e-com email example, but this is something that if your company you're promoting as an affiliate is offering something like this, you could definitely write this type of an email and offer the same thing, right? A lot of companies, you'll see them, they'll do that, especially some of these e-com ones. If you're an affiliate for them, you go in and then you look at the back office and they'll give you a list of all the different promotions they're running right now, and they'll give you a unique link to promote some of those promotions. So it'll give you opportunities to write emails like this. And I think things like this is cool to do because it keeps your email list kind of current and kind of fresh. It's like, this is something you'd be doing in real time. This is something you'd be doing like right now as you'd write this email probably on the day you sent it, right? You wouldn't have this preloaded into a sequence. You'd write this on the day you sent it, and then they'd get this email that says, oh, I have a store credit. Well, how did I get that? It just naturally, I think, creates a little bit of curiosity and makes you have to look around a little bit and figure out, what did I do to get this store credit? Was there something I returned a long time ago and forgot, or, whatever the thought process is going to be. So this particular one here, I thought was really, really cool. And outside of that, right, it's just a very quick email. It's not really talking about anything else. It's got links directly to the website to go use said credit, the instructions on how to do it, right? You have the KBL 297 here, and then they just have some links with some other products. I wouldn't even put something like that in an email personally, but these e-com people, they do it a little bit differently. But so I just thought this was really cool. I mean, this was concise, and it sort of looks and is designed kind of like what that email would look like too, even though this is just something somebody on that marketing team just freehand and wrote. They made it look like it was one of these sort of dynamically generated type of, emails.
Some official email that comes from some system email, like it wasn't sent from a person. Yeah, there's a lot to take from this. One of the things that stands out to me the most is how much creative freedom you have in sending emails. I mean, you can send emails about pretty much anything. You know, one example, and sometimes you just need a reason to email people. So, you know, one of the things that we've done in the past, and that I and other marketers have done, is, you know, when you're maybe closing the cart or something expires like this, you send multiple emails hours leading up to it with different things in the email. Hey, I got some emails back from some people that said they didn't get this, so I'm resending it. Or I checked my stats and I noticed that a lot of emails didn't get delivered, so I'm resending this. I just wanted to make sure. You know, I had a broken link. I've even had marketers break the link on purpose in the email so they could resend another email, right? Or at least have one broken link in the email. I've seen marketers purposefully screw things up so they can resend another email, right? This company likely said, what ideas do we have to send an email on the final 24 hours before a sale closes? And this was probably one of the ideas. And it's honestly a really good idea to show the value or the discount. And anytime that there's a discount for somebody, you know, for taking action, whether it be in a certain amount of time or just there's a sale going on, emailing something like this to say, claim your $200 discount, claim your $200 store credit. You know, maybe saying claim your $200 might be a little bit deceptive, but you could say claim your $200, and then once they open the email, you have $200 in store credit, because there's two important things that an email delivery system like Aweber or any of the other ones out there work. The first thing that they look at is open rates. The second and most important thing that they look at is clicks inside of the email. That actually shows that people are clicking and engaging. And of course, they look at your spam complaints, if you will, if somebody marks the email as spam. And so, you know, getting people to open the email is the most important thing. Getting people to click a link is the next most important thing. And I think also, I agree with what you said here. I would have probably left that your credit goes on top of any current website savings. You know, maybe the must have a minimum cart value of $29 to apply the credit. That's fine. But, you know, sometimes emails, the simpler the better. And this is a great email, and it probably could have even been simpler. But the angle of you have $17.63 in store credit, you know, basically putting in their face the discount that they can get is really clever.
Yeah. It's also gives you an opportunity to kind of give them that discount without lowering your price, right? So people, you know, if you're constantly offering discounts, right, and you're emailing over and over again, and you're like, discount, 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 we're doing a special, we're doing this, and that's like every other week, your list will kind of learn that. So this is kind of a really creative way too to give them that discount, maybe lower the price or run a sale without saying we lowered the price. We're saying you in this unique instance is getting a store credit because of, you know, you don't even have to give them a reason. They just have a store credit. There's no reason here, right? They just get the store credit. Because if you're discounting all the time, then because I know I wait for that, right? And I know another thing I do personally right now, I'm shopping for a new computer. I'm shopping for a beast of a computer just because this one's getting ready to catch on fire. And I've got a couple of them in the cart, and I'm going through those abandoned cart campaigns for different websites that I know are good. And I know somebody's going to throw a discount in there because I didn't check out, right? So you kind of create habits in your consumers, the way you market for your business and the way you send email. So if you are using an angle like this, you could potentially avoid some of that and not become known as one of those brands or businesses that's just always dropping the price, and then nobody ever pays full price for your stuff because they know that Not that nobody ever will, but they know that eventually you're going to drop the price, so they might as well just wait for the discount, right? You're basically teaching people not to take fast action, whereas this is kind of doing the opposite. So that's really, really cool. Awesome. So the next one here. So this one, the email itself is from a company called Brez. They have this, I don't really know exactly what it is. We're going to see it here. What I thought was really, really interesting about this was not even necessarily the email. I mean, the email to me looks like kind of a Chat GPT sort of. It's personalized, it's kind of a conversational email tone. But the thing that I thought was super clever about this email, and my ADHD just couldn't stop, I couldn't help it, was this magic button down here at the bottom. What the hell is that? And so this is an email that, and a lot of times, like I know a lot of people do this. I do this too. I always try to put a PS at the bottom of my emails because I'll read the top and then I'll go down and I'll read the bottom. So I'll always try to have a link somewhere near the top and somewhere near the bottom. And what they did here is just mega creative. I mean, this is just, I couldn't help but click on the magic button because I didn't know what it was going to be. So when I clicked on it, I actually copied it and I put the link right here. So if I open this, what it does is it just brings us basically to their landing page. Microdosed cannabis and mushrooms in a can.
It didn't switch your browser to show the landing page.
Oh, my bad. Let me see here. Let me present. Let me see here. How do I do that? I got technical difficulties, everybody.
Just go to the landing page, unshare and share the landing page, just like you were sharing.
Yeah, let me do that. So here it is. There we go. Now it should pull up. So
that's their landing pages. Landing page, huh? It just goes right to the front of their website.
Yeah. It goes right to the front of their website. Yeah, microdose cannabis mushrooms, whatever this is in a can, right? Experience it. It's a really cool looking page.
You microdosing, bro?
Say again?
You microdosing?
No, not me. I'm on so many lists, man. I don't even know how I wound up getting on this particular list. I have a junk email address that I use, and I just opt into everything. But no,
bro, what might be an interesting wake up legendary is actually ordering this for you. Go through the process, try the product, and then let's go live and talk about it.
Something like this, I probably wouldn't even make it to the show. I'd be. Well, this is what we planned on doing today. He's not here yet, so I don't know. I don't think it's going quite as planned.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So, I mean, obviously I don't like the landing page. Unless if you scroll down, there's only one thing to do here. Maybe it's just a branding one where they're sending you to stores or whatever. I don't really fully understand the business model if you're ordering offline or not. But I think the going back to the email, which is the most important kind of, lesson here, or kind of what we're focused on, there's you can call your link anything you want. When you are writing text that you hyperlink in an email like this, like they did magic button, is all they did was write out magic button and then make that the linkable text. Same thing as order now, right? It's just a creative way to get somebody to basically give into their curiosity. And if you guys can understand this concept today on this show about the curiosity kind of killed the cat and made them, in this instance, made them click. The same thing is true in any step, right? It's like if they come to your landing page, you want there to be enough curiosity that they have to see what's on the other side. That's why you don't want too much. You don't want to give away too much information because then they can prejudge it. This is a marketing lesson that applies to all different conversion points, whether it's a TV commercial, whether it's an email, whether it's a landing page. Whether it is a date, the psychology of this works also on a date. That what often works best to attract somebody is to leave something to be desired. leave some curiosity. It drives women, and I'm just talking from a heterosexual male. It drives us crazy when we see a little bit of skin. But if you let us, we go to the beach and see a girl in a total bikini. It's nice, but it's like it's all there. I see it. Nothing to be. I don't desire to see more because it's already there, which is fine, appropriate for the beach. I'm just telling you the reaction. If I see my girlfriend standing over there with a slit in her dress that just shows off part of her leg, I'm telling you, it drives me more crazy sometimes than if she's just standing there naked, because it's like, I want to get that off. I want to, right? I'm helping you guys understand that this stuff applies to basic human psychology, and that magic button, it's sort of like you just can't resist, right? It's like you just can't resist. And there was not enough information in the email to explain everything. There was some that was left to be desired. I think a lot of you need to think of your email when you send an email kind of as the first paragraph of a blog post, and you need to leave the rest of it over in wherever you're sending them. You only want to give them a snippet. You only want to give them a teaser. The email can oftentimes be the cliffhanger at the beginning of the movie, and then they click through to see the movie. You really want to tease what they're going to get when they click, and the magic button is a form of tease.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, this was really just an ADHD trigger for me, man. I saw that and I was just like, I didn't even read the thing, and I'm like, oh, magic button, what's that going to be? So I mean, this was super creative. And then, like you said about leaving a little bit to be desired, this isn't something that you can really do all the time either. This is not like every other email I'm going to put some sort of creative click the link thing in there. It's going to be, this has to be a few and far between, use it when you use it when the time is right type of strategy too, I would say. Doing exactly that, right? But every email, like Dave said, I agree that you got to create that little bit of curiosity. And a lot of times lately, honestly, I treat a lot of my emails that I've been sending kind of like a text message in a sense, right? So these long emails that are just long-winded and it takes you 5 minutes to read them, I'm trying to write stuff that you can read in under 60 seconds. So even then, I don't personally, and I don't get a lot. I don't get reading a lot from the top all the way down. You're getting just like a blog post or anything else. You're skimming through it, right? So then your formatting becomes a little important too, right? Can you add a little bit of bold to some of those things you really want to stand out? Some of those things that are going to create that curiosity and make them see, a reason to go and click on like a magic button or even just an order now thing. Right. Order now is kind of like, I almost feel like they have to already want to order the thing in order to click that. I feel like you might get less clicks on that type of call to action if they don't want to order it right now, because people take everything so literally. So, but the magic button, that's, that's, I don't need to want to order it now. Right. Or I don't need to want to learn more, or I don't need to want to, it's just curiosity is the best way to describe it. So that's that one was really, really cool. Now this next one here, let me see this next one. What's going on with this one? This one's not showing for some reason. It would be my luck that we had some kind of an issue like this. Let me see here. This, the image is there, but the image isn't showing.
Let's move on to the next one then.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there, but anyways, okay, cool.
It fix itself if we come back to it.
Yeah, it looks like it may have actually. Well, in the preview it did. We'll diagnose that here in a bit. We'll see. Maybe we don't have to see that one if we can't. So whatever. So this one here, this is from a internet marketer, and this is an email marketing guide. Now, what I thought was really, really cool about this was the first email of a welcome series. I opted in. This was the very first email I got. And this, in the subject line, and he says it up here, it was a choose your own adventure sequence. So this one I wanted to highlight because of the amount of engagement that you could actually see, and I'll show you how you can see how much engagement this particular email was getting. What's cool about it is you read this email and you come down, and he's taking you on a journey, and he's kind of gathering information in a sense. And every time you click one of these links down here, it's not going to a product, it's going to something else, and it's triggering an automation on the back end of his Aweber or whatever he's using here, and it's helping him gather information out of his list right as soon as they opt in, right? As opposed to asking for it, right? Putting a field there and saying, whatever he wants to know, right? How long have you been in business? Do you have an email list? Yes, no. How many leads do you have, right? You've seen some of these forms that ask for a lot of information. I know I'm a little more hesitant to opt in sometimes when they want my phone number, or they want to know, this, that, or the other thing, my address. They want to know when's a good time to call me, right? I'm kind of a little bit hesitant on some of that. So this is it's good for email engagement, but it's also a really creative way, in my opinion, to get that information and just kind of have it in the back end by collecting it from the people by the actions that they're taking. So once we got down here on this, right, which of the following best describes you? Now he's asking, he's creating a custom journey just to kind of figure out where you're at. And then he's going to help you based on, right, I can help you get what you want as fast as possible based on the answer you choose. I don't make money from email marketing. I make money writing emails for other people. I have my own email list and want to make more from every subscriber. So one of these, if you're his target audience, one of these is going to be applicable to you. So I clicked the bottom one, and that opened up this link here. So I'll share that with you. And let me go ahead and switch what I'm sharing here. I'm going to get faster at this as time goes by. Here we go. So that opens up this YouTube video, which I mean, we can go ahead and watch it here. We want to watch the video. It's only.
If you are seeing this video right now, it means that you just clicked a link in one of my emails, and I'm taking you on a journey, a little choose your own adventure journey. And depending on what you just clicked, you'll be receiving a specific email in your inbox to keep taking you on this journey so that I can custom help you with whatever it is that you need in this moment. So go back to your inbox now, check it. There will be an email waiting for you specific to the thing that you clicked on.
So he's basically, I mean, he's telling me the same thing I kind of already knew, but it's kind of cool and fun. And if we come down here, right, this is a year old. He's got 8,400 views on it. So he's getting some traffic. The comments seem to be overwhelmingly positive on it, right? But it's a really cool method of not only getting that engagement, but now you're bringing people to your YouTube channel and you're growing that a little bit. So then at the end of this video, he says, you're going to have another email in your inbox based on the link that you clicked. So we go back over here. Let me switch this one more time here. We come in here, and then we come here, and then we go there. So once I go back to my inbox, oh, of course, making me look stupid. There was another, this email here. Let me see what I could probably do is because I have it right in here. This is going to be it right there. It's still not going to show. It's just not loading the image at all. Anyway, this another email loaded based on that message that I had, based on the link that I had clicked. So he starts talking about,
and easily automatable in any autoresponder. It's something that it's essentially a I forget what it's called in some of these different autoresponders, but it's essentially, in Infusionsoft, it's called something, in Aweber, it's called something. It's essentially a trigger, right? And when they click this, it triggers that or action or whatever to happen.
There we go. I got this to load now. So this was the email, and this is totally, fully automated. He probably still has this campaign active. This was probably not a year ago, but it was I would say middle of last year I stumbled across this, and I think it was an ad that I saw. Right, but you just clicked a link. You told me you have your own email list. Congratulations, whether your list is 100 or 100,000 people. He's just kind of reiterating who he's talking to here. I need to ask you about your listing, your business. This may seem like a personal question, blah, blah, blah. But he's got 2 more links here now. So, and now he's asking about revenue. Now, the funny thing is that I clicked both of them, right? And both of these links went to the same exact page. And the page is where he lost me, because the page has got awful, and I got the link right here and I can show you that. But still, the thing to point out here is that with the autoresponder that he's using, any autoresponder will do this, like Dave just said, you're going to be able to capture that information. As soon as this link gets clicked, I can apply a tag to somebody on the back end, and they don't ever have to know it happened.
And
right?
That's ultra segmenting. I mean, just applying that tag. Explain what that tag actually means so people understand. And I'm not sure if every tag, a trigger that's set. These things are all kind of the same thing, but specifically a tag, it has to do with segmenting your list. Explain a little bit more for people what that specifically means and why you would want to segment your list.
Yeah, definitely. So the tag is going to think of it like a label in the simplest sense. It could be something that is attached to an individual contact. You can have it attached when they opt in. Depending on which funnel they came through, you might want to tag to know where your traffic came from, based on a link they click in an email, or if they opened an email. So something you might do with the tag that actually we do here at Legendary is, if we send an email about an offer we might have, right? And we might only send 2 or 3 or 4 of those emails. But if you click a link in an email, that's going to apply a tag. And that lets us know that you clicked the link, so you read the email and you're interested. So now what that automation does is it triggers more automated emails to send. If you didn't click any of the links, then it means you're not interested. So we're not going to give you a bunch of emails about that topic, because why do we want to bother you with it? But if you are interested, we're going to trigger another campaign that has more information, and we're going to send those out. So that's just one reason you might want to tag. And the reason that that's important is because, right, one segment of your list is going to be hotter, warmer, colder, more interested in something than the rest of your list. And if you can identify who those people are, that's going to be massively beneficial for your conversions. It's also going to be massively beneficial in terms of emailing the right people at the right things about the right things. So you get more conversions again, but also you get less unsubscribes. So it can be a way to differentiate your customers from your leads who haven't bought anything. It could be a way to differentiate customers from customers who bought one thing to customers who bought a high ticket thing. So that's really the benefit of tagging and then segmenting the list. So you can think about the tag just kind of as a label, and that gives you the ability to trigger other things like automations inside the campaign. And then it also makes your list more searchable. So if I wanted to see all the people on my list that have bought this product, but not that product, well, if I apply a tag for each product they purchase, I can find that information very easily. I just say every contact that has this tag, but does not have this tag, search. And then it'll pull up a list of all those people. And you could do that in most any situation. So that's what a tag is going to be. So in terms of this email we're looking at here, and the previous one, right? This first one we looked at, each one of these is going to be, now I don't have his logins, but each one of these I'm assuming are going to be applying a different tag to the contact based on, and it's gathering information, right? So when the day comes that he wants to send a broadcast to all the people on his list that have an email list and are doing over 6 figures a year, he can segment that probably very small section, right, of people and send them a very unique offer that's special to them if he wants to. Or flip side, he can send an email just to the people who don't have a list, right? That was one of the things here. I don't make money from email marketing yet, but I'd like to. I'm interested in this. I don't know what to do. I haven't done it. That's the audience segment there. This is the segment of my list that is interested in email marketing, but they're not making any money with it. I'm going to send them an email with a low ticket introductory course or book that I'm offering that will, if they buy that and if they take the upsell in it, that it's going to move them to one of these other areas of my list. That's the strategy that he's using right here. So,
very well explained. And, it's just about being able to put people in buckets, and be able to communicate to people based on exactly where they're at with their problem. And it's an advanced strategy. It's not something, segmenting your list and using tags. This is all stuff that we're helping you to understand exists. These functions, these tools, they exist within cheap and low to no cost software tools such as your email autoresponder, which is going to be which is a huge part of your business. Anywhere that you can have subscribers that are subscribed to your content, that are getting your content, whether that be subscribed to your Instagram, YouTube, or your email, list. Obviously, that's a good thing. But to even segment them further, to know who's a newbie and who's advanced but looking to grow on your list, for example, and that could go with anything. Who's a brand, if you're in the parenting niche, who's a brand new baby parent and who's a parent of toddlers, right? Who has a child with this issue, who has a child with that issue. That way, the goal is with your email list, to curate it and to send offers to people on the list that are super hyper specific to that group or that type of person, because in doing so, they should buy more while not bothering people who are not interested in that particular thing on your list. Somebody who's brand new at the solution doesn't need the same thing that somebody who's advanced needs. They need two different things, and usually the stories or the presentation is different. However, big fat disclosure, I did not segment my email marketing for many years after I started in this business. I literally emailed my list every single day. I had a list of 10 or 15,000 people for the first couple of years of my business, and I just sent an email to that list every day. That was the first habit that I got really good at, was actually emailing my list and actually getting good at writing copy. Writing emails that get clicks, that drive sales. We have a section in our affiliate marketing business blueprint all about copywriting, and copywriting is, there's so much use of artificial intelligence, and, nobody's thinking for themselves anymore. One of the most valuable skills that we hope to inspire from this episode is, give you a taste of how complex and advanced you could get your marketing, where you're hyper segmenting people on your list. So, hey, I've got, this age group or this financial group, or, I've got people, I know who's on my list. I can but also the first step is just get in the habit of emailing people every day. And then you can play around with some of these more advanced functions now that you know that they're there. What's the last email or the two last ones that we got to look at?
Yeah, I got that other one that didn't cooperate with us before to pop up. So I'm going to share that with us real quick. And those ones we looked at, that was supposed to be our grand finale here, but that's okay. We'll change it up a little bit. That's all right. This one here, when I got this is from the pod company, and I says, oh man, somebody's going to get fired. Somebody screwed up when they did this. And then I read this and I was like, oh, wait a minute. That is so friggin' clever. I want to meet the guy who wrote this, because I need that level of creativity. Dave talked about creative freedom earlier. If we look at this is a forwarded, I should have included the subject line. The subjected line was forward, right? Reply to something like that. And this is an internal email between two employees that they forwarded it and then they sent it to the list. So it looks like it was this accidentally sent email saying, right, I created the code XMIS20. It's live now for the team to use on the website. I'll let them know and ask them not to share it around. And then it has the original one. You got Simon and Matthias down here. friends and family discount code, 20% off for the team was the subject line in this, right? That wasn't it was that, but it was forward RE, like, the little acronym it puts at the beginning when you forward a message. That's what I received. So naturally, that looks a little bit more, that doesn't look like a marketing email, right? So it's kind of like, all right, let me click on it and open it. So that actually got me in there because I wasn't even opening and reading these. I do now. But so this was just mega creative because it looks like an accident. So now the entire customer base has this coupon code that was intended just for family and friends. So that, I mean, that's,
but yet it wasn't, right? Because this was clearly a marketing campaign. I mean, it just looks as if it was this. In what I love about this, Ryan, is that there's no fancy graphics. There's no fancy nothing. It's just lots of black space, very little text, black space, white space, right? Kind of same thing. I love that. It's all about the copy. It's all about the message. Words sell, friends, not design, not making it pretty. Words in clarity, in the value of the offer. I mean, people are looking. This was, I assume, a Christmas, December 9th. So it's like people were looking to shop, give them a reason, give them a reason to take action now, make it look. I love it. I love everything about it, dude. This is so simple. And I love also that you almost missed it at the beginning, like kind of like, oh, somebody's going to get fired. No, this is marketing gold. And, this is something that, sending these short little kind of, a moment ago, you said I've sort of transition to start kind of emailing my list looking like I'm texting them. And that's what this looks like, right? It's short. You never send, if you send a text message that's a novel, people call it a novel. Oh, he sent me a novel. Oh man, look at this. Guy sends a novel again. Come on.
Yeah.
Everybody knows a novel sender. We got a real novel. We got a novel writer in the family here. This guy sends out, 3-page text messages. Who likes that? Nobody likes that. I can't help but to think if somebody's reading something on their phone, they could think the same way. So more emails can be sent by shortening them, by simplifying them, and by worrying less about the design and more about just the getting right to the point and adding value. I mean, it'd be the same if you were like giving away, if you had a new ebook, right? You were changing out your ebook or you had a new ebook that you just whipped up and you just said, hey, I just created a new ebook about how to get, how to double your views on videos on Instagram. Simple little strategy I stumbled upon. Download it here. I'm sure you'll love it. Thanks. Whatever your name is, right? And then they just, the ebook could be a damn Google document. It could be a friggin' Google Doc that you send to them and that just has a link down at the bottom of the value for them to go click something else. I just think that way too often we think that we need to overcomplicate or make things pretty or corporate-y or professional looking. And professional in the knowledge online marketing business is not about packaging. It's about the information itself. The packaging is not as important. We're in the information. So you want to make sure the information is, it's edutainment. There's some fun element to the education. It's simple, easy, and clear to understand and access. And that's what this email is.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, this is something that I was trying. I even want to do this myself. I mean, I want to figure out a way that we can make an email like this. Like, what could I email to you that you could email back and then I could send it out? But this would be, I mean, it's like, the simplicity. Purposefully, I didn't actually include any email because I'm on, like I said, I'm on a lot of lists. So I have one email inbox that's just dedicated to, and I log into it from my phone and I just kind of look at it and I look at the emails that I get, and it's just for opting into lists. And So that's where this came from. And a lot of these e-com companies are different. They have all these pictures, right? Like if you ever received an email from Walmart or Target, or I mean, even Amazon, they've got pictures and they've got all these graphics and images. And it's like I'm looking at a puddle of puke. And it's just, there's so many colors and so much, it gives you a headache looking at the thing, trying to scroll through that. And then just trying to find them. They've got some fancy button you got to click. These emails are, I can actually consume this, right? I can actually consume this. So I feel like I haven't yet seen an email that looks like that. That's actually a good email, personally, in my opinion. Other people may tell you something different. My taste and what's worked and what I've learned since I started is that, and that's just not appealing to me. And so, and I've even found the simpler that I wrote them, like this one we're looking at, to go back to that simplicity piece, the simpler an email was, the easier it was to get the information, the easier it was to get the important bits out of it, right? Whether that's formatting or that's right. Because like you'll notice here that he's got 3 lines. Right. Imagine if like from here to here was all one major paragraph. Like nobody's going to read that, even though it might be the whole email. It might not be very long. How unprofessional is that? I mean, it just looks like shit. Nobody's going to read it. Right. So the cleaner, simpler, easier it is to consume and get the information, the better the stats, the better the results are that you're going to get, whether that's just opens and clicks or all the way through to the sale. You're going to get more. And it's just being a good communicator at the same time, right? How would you write an email that you were sending to, an employee or an employer or to another company you wanted to do business with, right? Are you going to make one of these really kind of crappy, unprofessional looking, or are you just going to be straight and to the point? One thing I learned about emailing too, and this is when I kind of learned it firsthand from experience, was when I was building my first blog, well, my only blog, but when I was first building it. And you've got to do this thing called link building. So basically what that is you're reaching out to other blogs so that way you can write a guest post or pay them to go into one of their articles and put a link back to your blog in there, because it gives you what's called link juice. Now, none of that really matters, but that becomes a numbers game. And that was a headache. And that's why I stopped doing it, was because now you got to try to go on places like LinkedIn, find the right contact, send all these emails out. And out of every 100 you send, you might get 3 to 5 responses from people that are actually willing to, do something with you. So what I found was that for like the first 300 of those emails that I sent, I wasn't really getting any responses at all. I was using a software so I could see that they were being opened and read, but I was getting no responses. And then what I did was I had somebody, I had to pay for their time, and I had that person look at my strategy, and they said, I wouldn't respond to these emails either. I says, you're making it way too hard to respond. It's more of a project for me to answer you than it is, right, for then there is benefit for me working with you, right? I'm just not even going to read this email. It's not worth my time. I got too much going on. So I started simplifying those emails to look something more like this, right? Just a very quick, hey, here's who I am and here's why I'm messaging you. Here's, right? And then, right, here's what I'd like to do next. Here's what's in it for you. And that was basically the format, right? It was just essentially 3 to 5 sentences. And as soon as I did that, I started getting responses. I even emailed back the original list of 300 people that before I had said, okay, I got to stop wasting my time. I emailed that to that original list. And I started getting responses even from them, people that once ignored me in the beginning. So your email marketing, and that's actually probably about, if I were to put a timeline together, I would say that's probably around when I started doing my marketing emails the same way. And those started to improve in terms of results as well. So all of this is just kind of to say, simplicity in many, many different situations and circumstances is always going to be, you're always going to be better off that way. Because even if your email is really valuable and it has a lot of information in it and it's got a lot of detail, if it's too much of a project to read at that point, I don't care about any of it, because you are kind of catching them off guard. Now, you do want to create a situation where they know who you are and they're expecting that email and they're excited to read it every day. And that's certainly something you can do. But if it's too much of a project from the beginning to read your emails, then you're never going to get that.
Yeah, man. It's good shit. Good shit. All stuff that the email marketing piece was the biggest piece of my, one of the biggest pieces of my kind of learning experience was realizing how powerful the stuff is. So, my friends, take this, deploy this, use this, implement this. We put this together for you so you can get some free, quick knowledge here this morning about email marketing, even if you're sitting on the sidelines and haven't jumped in yet. Many of you also own the challenge or the blueprints. Go through that stuff. If you want a free accountability coaching call, you want us to help you to analyze your business plan, make sure you're headed in the right direction, possibly go over some options to hold you more accountable to your the things you want to accomplish with your business this year. You can actually, let's see here. You can email me accountability@dave@legendarymarketer.com would be one way to get this, to take advantage of this. Accountability, you can free mentorship call. Email that to dave@legendarymarketer.com. You can also go right to legendarymarketer.com/dirty30. And we will give you an opportunity to be able to go through and kind of schedule that call yourself. If you want me to set it up and CC you in to one of our mentors, I'm happy to do that as well. Email me or go to legendarymarketer.com/dirty30. Ryan, thanks for all your help. We'll see you back tomorrow for another episode and on Support 101 here in just a few minutes for all of our Blueprint students. Have a great day, my brother. Great work as always.
You as well, man. I'll talk to you soon.
All right. All right, my friends, have a great day. Hopefully you got value from this. You can deploy, you can implement. If you have any questions, let us know. We'd love to help. Drop them in the comments. You can email me, of course. And friends, let's win. Let's win more this month. Let's win more this year. And if you need our help, we have all of the different programs, whether that be something you can take on your own or something that we will hold your hand and hold you accountable to do. Just go to legendarymarketer.com/enroll and get started. Do something, even if it's wrong. My friends, we'll talk to you tomorrow. Have a great day. Stay legendary, my friends, and we'll see you back for another episode.